why you can't help narcissists. You cannot help the narcissist. You cannot improve their situation by offering your services or resources. The narcissist is their own worst enemy. They are the cause of their own problems. You may see that they are disadvantaged by a particular situation or course of action, and you may want to help them. You may want to take them out of it. But by doing that, you would be taking them off their destined path, which is something that they are going to be very resistant to. They're going to feel like it's not right. And even if you did manage to take them off that path, it would only be a matter of time until they return to it. Narcissists are destined to fail in life. They are destined to be unsuccessful. You cannot help someone who is destined to lose, because this destined path is where they belong. Just like you are where you belong. If you're watching this video, it's likely that you have the services and resources to help people, which means that you are probably on the path to greatness and success. Even if someone tried to take you off your destined path, you would find your way back to it at some point. If something is meant to be, it will be. What is meant for you will always find its way to you. And the same goes for the narcissist. If something is meant to happen for them, it will. No matter what you try to do to change it. And narcissists are destined to lose. They are destined to fail. And there's really nothing you can do to prevent this from happening. It's just where they belong. It's where they're destined to be. They have flying monkeys that are enabling their situation and allowing it to continue. They have people who are encouraging their negative and self-destructive behavior. Everything has been perfectly arranged. It has been perfectly laid out. Because you are not meant to intervene. You are not meant to help them. You're supposed to continue on your path and purpose without them. Because even if you did try to help them, they would only hold you back. They would only cause problems for you and take you off your destined path. You can try to help the narcissist. You can try to see the good in them. But they will only show you every reason why they are not deserving of your help. They will only cause more problems for you until you have no choice but to leave them alone. Because they are destined to lose. They're a lost cause. There's nothing you can do for them. They're not built the way we are. They don't have the qualities and abilities to win. Of course, not everyone has natural ability. Some people have to build it from scratch, usually with the support of a coach. But that's not going to work for the narcissist. If a coach tried to help them, they would dismiss their proposal or idea. And they would treat them as though they're unworthy of their consideration and respect. They would criticize or insult them just to get some fuel, just to get some narcissistic supply, so they can feel better about themselves in that moment. The narcissist is their own worst enemy. Their ego is their own worst enemy. Their exaggerated sense of self-esteem and self-importance causes them to be actively opposed or hostile to whatever can help them. Where they feel the need to harm or weaken you. Where they feel like they need to make you their enemy. Because they can't push their false self aside for a moment, just so they can learn from someone who is better than them. They have to see it as though you're beneath them. That's the only way that they can keep their false self alive. They have to see it as though you are beneath them. Because otherwise they will be forced to look at themselves. They would be forced to look at their lives. And realize that their lives are in shambles. Their lives are a mess. And they probably don't have much hope for the future. Which is why they have to create this false character who is everything they would need to be to feel good about themselves. But then you come along trying to help them, and it just reminds them that it's just a fantasy. It reminds them that it's not real. They would rather stay stuck in their fantasy world for the rest of their lives than to step outside and try to make it happen for real. Because they lack self-belief. They don't really believe they're capable of being anything or having anything. And that's why they created their false self. Their ego is more important to them than anything else. They're more focused on their false sense of self-esteem and self-importance. Their false ideas and opinions about themselves, which then causes them to lose the opportunity to learn from you. It causes them to lose the opportunity to be something for real. Because if you're a winner and you're on your path and purpose, you're just not going to have the time for people like that. There's so many other people who need your help. People who are not going to waste your time. People who are really about making it happen. When the narcissist is constantly criticizing or insulting you, you shouldn't even have the time to go back and forth with them. You should be more focused on your path and purpose. You should be more focused on people who can put their egos aside. You should be spending your time enjoying your life. Rather than constantly responding to people who are destined to lose. Just cut them out of your life. Because you will find plenty of people who aren't going to do that. You will find plenty of people who aren't going to criticize or insult you. People who aren't going to waste your time. people who are ready to learn from you. They want to meet you. They want to spend time with you. They want your advice. They want to connect with someone who is on their level. And you should be spending your time with those people, rather than those who are just going to mock and insult you. Because they're really not interested in improving themselves or being something better. They just want all of the attention for themselves. They want you to take your focus from everyone else. Because they're self-absorbed and they lack empathy. They only care about enhancing favourable view of themselves. They have an inflated opinion of their personal features and importance, distinguished by their amplified vision of themselves and self-importance. So there's really no way to get through to them. They're just going to project their flaws onto you. If you want to be successful, you have to be able to push your ego aside. You have to be able to learn from people. If you let your ego get in the way, you're not going to be able to learn anything, and you're never going to be successful. Narcissists have an exaggerated sense of self-esteem and self-importance. They think they already know everything they need to know. They think you should be the one who needs their help. Because that's what gives them supply. That's what makes them feel like they're worth something. But it also keeps them stuck. It prevents them from ever being anything great. It prevents them from becoming successful. Because as long as you think that you already know everything, you're not going to learn anything new. You're not going to be anything better. And that's why these narcissists stay the same. Nothing ever changes. They never grow or develop. They never achieve anything great. They just stay stuck for their entire lives, thinking that they know it all. Thinking that they don't need anyone's help. And it just never gets them anywhere. Their disorder has been programmed to block and deny what they need the most. They need your help and support. They need your validation. But their disorder prevents them from being able to push their ego aside. The survival of their false self depends on them thinking that they are better than you. It depends on them thinking that they know more than you. When if they were just genuinely willing to learn from you, you would help them. You would give them all of the support they need. But this doesn't happen. And it never will happen. Because their disorder has been programmed to block and deny it. It's been programmed to reject the help that they so desperately need. Because if they were to admit that they need your help, it would destroy their false self. They wouldn't be able to survive emotionally. Narcissists have to deny any faults or mistakes. They have to deny any flaws or imperfections. They keep everyone at a distance in order to maintain this false image of perfection. But it prevents them from ever establishing what they really want. What they created their false self for. They are unable to be vulnerable. which leaves you unable to connect to them.